Hey there, Brian. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. My name is Seleni McGregor, and I work with business owners across the state of Utah. I'm actually based out of Utah County myself, so just a little further south than you guys. I put together a quick custom video for you about your online presence and specifically how you stack up against your competition. So at this point, you're probably sitting there asking yourself, well, why would she be doing this? What's the catch here? That's a fair question. I've just found that most local business owners are just too busy actually running their business. They're swamped with payroll, helping customers, answering questions, dealing with employees, and staying on top of jobs. And many times learning how to leverage the internet to benefit their company just gets buried underneath all of their other to-dos. Let's be real, half the time the only reason they haven't hired somebody yet is because they don't know who to trust, or if they've hired somebody who is truly an expert. And that's exactly why I make videos like this. I found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of actual things that they can do to impact their business, it's resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and saying, hey Seleni, I like you, can you please just handle this for me? So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and can see that I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if by the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan that I gave you and do it yourself, that totally works for me too. Now let me show you the 3 things that will set Manwill Plumbing, Heating, and AC above your competition. The 3 things we're going to cover today is first, content, second, citations, and third, backlinks. So first up is content. So Google isn't a human. It doesn't just know what you do. So it needs to be told through your content. Content is basically anything here that you can see, that you can see there on your front page. This can include text, pictures, what the pictures are saved as, and what's behind the pictures. That can all be considered content. So let me show you an example. If we actually go back, say let's look at this picture here. If we go to do a save as on that, we can actually see what it's saved as. So right now I've got skyline of Salt Lake City in the winter is what it looks like. Similarly, let's go here, save image, how to increase the resale value of something of your home. So it's just the title of this blog, it looks like, a recent post. So images is a great place to be able to leverage detailed descriptions with high leverage or high volume keywords, especially location specific and just the industry specific keywords that can all help boost your content. Again, these are all things that the Google bots can read and basically get an idea of what is this business, what services do you offer, what areas are you targeting, and that's all going to help position you in the search rankings. So the goal is having unique and authoritative content and enough of it to be able to add in the right keywords and key phrases that people are searching for in Google. Most business owners know that they need content, but what they don't know is that in order to rank number 1 on Google for plumbing, the average content count needs to be about 1,500 to 2,400 words on your homepage, while making sure that it does contain those right keywords and phrases that people are actually searching for. So when I copied your content here on your website and plugged it into this free online tool, we can see that your website is sitting around 1,500 words, which is awesome. So you've got kind of that minimum threshold there. Could be bumped if you wanted to even go a little bit higher to be able to add in the other keywords that are being searched for. Now we're going to head over here into my tool called Ahrefs. It's a really cool tool. Typically it costs a couple $100s a month if you guys are interested to go out and get this for yourself to see these metrics, but it essentially gives me behind the scene details that Google's looking at when it comes to ranking a site. And I can get an idea of what's working well for you and your competition. So I've actually got your competition over here, Mill Creek Plumbing, just to shoot over really quick here. Mill Creek Plumbing there in the Salt Lake area for plumbing. This gives you a quick scan of your competition here. Initially, we can see they've got 214 keywords on their website and the type of traffic that it is driving here. We're actually going to dive in specifically to the keywords to help kind of show the exact words that they're ranking for and what customers are searching for every month. So you can see here, they're in kind of 2nd, 3rd position for these keywords. Plumbers Salt Lake City with 1,700 volume, plumber Salt Lake City with 2,200. So these keywords are being searched 1,700 times per month, 2,200 times per month for that. This one's another high one, 800 times Salt Lake City plumber, 500 times Salt Lake plumber. So even just all these several thousand searches per month, just in those few key terms. Now, if we jump over here likewise to your website specifically, we're able to see the same type of metrics. We're able to see how many keywords are on your homepage, which you've got a lot of keywords here on your whole website, I should say, not just your homepage, on your whole website, and you're driving a similar traffic. The big thing that we want to jump into here is looking specifically at what keywords you're ranking for here. And let's actually position this. We're going to order this so you can see your highest ranking position here of which keywords you're actually ranking for. So this means you're the first, second, and third position for all of these keywords. So let's jump in here. So this one's just your name and address. This one, furnace replacement cost Utah. So you've got an HVAC keyword term here, 20 searches per month. Manwill plumbing, 0 person per month, but you are ranking number 1. So the quick thing to point out here, so unless people actually know of your company name, they're typically typing in something a little more generic like Plumber Salt Lake City or something like that. Unless they are already aware of your name to plug in, that's typically not the best way to convert those searching customers. You've got here questions. We want to focus on more location specific and buyer intent keywords. Because again, look at the volume of these keywords. We're really not getting any high volume here. Looks like we start getting a little bit more here with 80. You guys are ranking second here for HVAC keyword term, which again, I know that I'm comparing plumbing with Mill Creek Plumbing. I know you guys do more than just plumbing. It would take me way longer in this video if I were to explain all the different services and all the different service areas. So hopefully just focusing a little bit more on plumbing here can help you kind of paint a picture of what I'm looking at. But anyways, I am seeing here quite a few key terms you're ranking quite high for HVAC terms, which is awesome. I would say the biggest thing that I wanted to focus on though was kind of giving you an idea like, okay, so let's look at our plumbing terms. It looks like right here that on this page, which means your highest ranking ones, there's 4 keywords. So we've already established this one's not getting any volume or traffic every month for people searching. This one's not getting any volume. This one's not getting any volume. Where is that 4th one? And Utah plumbers. This one is getting volume. This is getting 80 searches per month. You guys are in the 4th position for that. So when people are searching for that, you are showing up on the first page of Google, which is excellent. The biggest thing that I wanted to point out here though is look at this volume that we're seeing here. Even just these top ones right here. Those are thousands of people every month searching. How could that change your business to be in the top positions here? If you were similarly like 1, 2, 3, 4 of in those keywords, what would that do to drive the plumbing traffic? And again, we could dive into every single, we could dive into the HVAC terms, but I just saw a huge miss here that we could really capitalize on the volume of what's being searched for plumbing that I don't know that is being capitalized on your website. Now let's see, we're actually going to jump over here to Google. I've typed in one of those high volume 2,200 searches for this every month. And on the top here, we can see the ads section. So here's the thing about ads. Ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if your foundation, like your website, isn't dialed in, or if customers have like an ad blocker, they won't even see any of these. So just be careful to not burn through your money on Google Ads unless you know for sure that it's going to convert. So we're actually going to jump down here below the ads section to this area, the coveted map. This area has to do with the second important thing that we're going to talk about, which is citations. So you're probably asking yourself, well, what is a citation? Why do they matter? And those are great questions. So this is called the Google Map Pack. I'm sure you've seen it. You've probably used this section, and possibly you've even asked yourself, how in the world can I get my business up on here in these top 3 sections? So to get yourself in the top 3, the number one thing that Google looks at is a thing called citations. Well, what is a citation? Citations are super simple. They are just your business name, address, and phone number listed on a bunch of directories like these: Yelp, Yellow Pages, City Star, and so on. But they need to match your Google listing exactly. Having citations like these helps Google to be able to verify you and give relevance to your business. So to push your business up to the top 3 spots on the Google Map Pack, how do you do that? You just need to increase your citation game. When you get more citations than your competitor, especially from authoritative and industry-specific websites, your credibility boosts and you gain more trust from Google, therefore pushing you above your competition. So you might be asking yourself, well, great, but how do I actually do that? Well, there are paid tools like Whitespark or Bright Local that'll tell us exact directories that your competition is being listed on. Then we can go match those, but we don't want to just match them. We want to dominate them. So we're going to go out and get what they've got plus more. Typically, we've seen in the plumbing industry that the top rankers usually have around 200 citations. So if you're pushed down below that, Depending on how far you are down, you could only have 30 or 40 citations. So we not only need to get that gap, but we also need to beat them. Now, let's talk about the last thing, backlinks, or called link juice. This third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. So again, when we search that plumber Salt Lake City and scroll down below the map pack section, you can see here, this is the organic listing section. These are the people that are ranking at the very top. Now, this is where you want to be because Google statistics have shown that the top 3 businesses on Google get about 75% of the clicks, meaning that most of your potential customers are choosing one of these 3 results and are never making it to your listing. And to get there, you need to beat out your competition in every aspect. So you need authority. How do you get authority? Well, this is where the backlinks come into play. So backlinks are simply where one website links to another website online. The easiest way to think about it is to think about this link juice and backlinks is thinking about it like a popularity contest back in high school. You want the coolest, most popular kid to be recommending you. So in this popularity contest, the business with the most relevant link juice or authority wins. And I say relevant because not all backlinks are created equal. So you're a plumber, right? Well, you wouldn't want an ice cream or a backlink from an ice cream shop linking back to you guys because you don't make ice cream. Although that would be tasty, that backlink would be kind of useless to you. But having a backlink from a local blog or drywall company linking back to you, that would be much more effective. Now let's jump back in over here to my tool. We're actually going to scroll up. We can see here in the overview that you've got 667 backlinks pointing back to your website. If we jump over here to your competition again, they've only got 128 backlinks. So again, you might be questioning and saying, well, I've got 667. I should beat them in that area and have more authority. Remember, there's quality over quantity. We've seen that we can have way fewer backlinks if they're strong, relevant sources. And if yours aren't coming from strong, relevant sources, then they're not winning. Quantity is not beating the game here. So again, you might be asking, okay, well, how do we beat them out in this then? So in this tool, it's really cool. We can actually go in and we can see the exact links that they are getting to their site. And we can go get these exact same ones or hire more strong, relevant sites. Again, this is very beatable in time. So getting you to the top of Google here, it's not magic. It's just a tried and true method. And I've shown you that exact method today. So again, those 3 things that you can do today to grow your online presence is first, focus on your content, getting your homepage. You've already got it to the 1500, making sure that you are utilizing, you might have to add more text in there so that you can utilize those additional keywords that you could really be missing out on, and make sure that they're keywords that people are actually searching for in your area. Second, make sure you're increasing your citation game, just getting your name, address, and phone number as many online directories to beat out your competition by a landslide. And then lastly, coming in here, making sure your backlinks are from more relevant, high quality sources. That's going to push you up. If you implement these strategies today, you can be number 1 across Google. Now, I know how tough the market is, and I know how dependent some businesses are on third-party companies like Angie's List. I also know how painful it is to pay for those leads that are shared amongst your competitors. What I've shown you today gives you control over your leads and is an actionable plan, having clients come straight to your door without a broker in between. So I'm sure you're wondering, okay, well, what now? Well, you really have a few options. If you feel like you cannot handle any more clients every month, that is absolutely fair. Just send me a quick note saying that you watched this video, tell me your thoughts about it, and I would really appreciate your feedback. On the other hand, if you're ready to grow, you can take this blueprint and implement these 3 strategies on your own today. I gave you the exact formula that businesses are paying tons of dollars to have. Now, if you found this information valuable and you're one of those business owners that still want to raise their hands for the most effective route, simply respond to my email. We'll set up a time to chat and dive deeper into your specific situation and see what I can do to help your business really thrive. Once again, my name is Seleni, and I look forward to your email. Have a great one.